Good evening. It's Vikram Sareen, Chief Architect with Moola Technologies. Now, for the demo number 3, we're going to actually have an experience with what we call it as the next generation software token. It's an alternate to mobile token, which actually expects the user to have a smartphone. But with web token, the beautiful thing is that you don't need to have a smartphone. It basically converts your web browser into a mobile, or sorry, into a OTP token. So meaning that if I'm using my iPad, I can make it as my web token. If I'm using my laptop, like I'm using my Mac, it also becomes my one-time password token. Few key things which I want to highlight over here is that this token does not need any ActiveX or an applet. So it's very impressive in terms of support, because it can support mobile as well as desktop as well as laptops, and it does not expect you to install anything additional, which sometimes needs root access or power user access. So that's a very good advantage. Second thing is that it's rightly suited for people who are actually coming from a single device and they're doing the transaction again and again. Thirdly, it works on mobile as well as on laptops and desktops, so which gives you 100% coverage. Fourthly, it does not depend upon the mobile token, which is again great advantage, because you can actually cover 100% of your audience using this. And then last and one of the most important feature is that it can also do mutual authentication, which a software token on the mobile phone cannot do, but software token on the web actually can do that. So it can check the URL, are you on the right URL, and then actually report back with the server that whether it's the right URL on or not. So whether you are on a phishing website or a man in the middle website or not. So that actually kind of sums it up in terms of how web token is basically going to give us the next generation software alternate of OTPs, apart from mobile token, which also is available in Axiom. But web token is also which we are highlighting or showcasing to you. So let me quickly get started. So I'm coming over here. My demonstration will cover the user registration also. So I'm logging in as one of my colleagues' email ID. So she's sitting next to me right now, and I'm going to do it for her. So swati@moolatech.com. So I'm coming in, and now this particular machine or this particular device is not registered. So first thing, I have to get an activation code. There are a few ways you can get activation code. One is via SMS, email, or voice call. So in this scenario, it's linked up with a mobile phone. So messages come to her, and let me just get the activation code. So this activation code is time bound and it's one time use only. So it's 9900358. Okay, so I'm pressing on next. Now in the next page, you get to see the option whether you want to mark this particular device as private or public. So if you mark it as public, let's say in case of cyber cafe or friend's machine, you don't want to leave it for future use. So you only want to use it once and then get out of it. Otherwise, if it's your personal device, personal laptop, or personal phone, or personal iPad, or tab, then you can actually mark it as private. So over here we click on it, and then the activation code is validated if it's correct or not. And after that is done, then we can actually come in and then set the pin. Now pin is essentially what do you call it, locally protecting your credentials over here. And then once I confirm the pin, I press OK, my token gets activated,